We are back in the Wasteland with Fallout 3 to showcase some mods. Now, I felt the need to cover these mods because they look very interesting and there wasn't any videos showing them off. Also, there doesn't seem to be anyone thoroughly checking these mods to find any issues. So, that's why I like making these type of videos because it lets you get a good look at the mod and decide if you want it or not. Also, I like to cover questions that often get asked, such as, does it cause any frame drops? Does it have any nav meshes missing? And is it compatible with whatever mod you're wondering if it's compatible with? So the first mod up is Riverside Raider Stronghold, and this is going to put a raider base near the Citadel. It's not the best place to put a raider stronghold, but it's not too uncommon as well. You see, in a lot of these Fallout games, enemies are often neighbors with each other, and it's even more common in Fallout 4. So, I also think that this stronghold is far enough from the Citadel to at least generate new LOD when approaching it. So, the base looks great, and it has full nav meshing. You are going to get some frame drops here, and it could be anywhere between 10 and 20 frames per second, which isn't that bad considering how many enemies are here and the clutter as well. So there are a lot of enemies here and they can be pretty tough, and one of them sits on top with a fat man, and there's mines everywhere, so if he just sees you and shoots in your direction, chances are you're gonna die because of all the explosions from the nuke and the mines. So I will say that this place is definitely unbalanced, especially if you play with FWE. So I would say that this area is more difficult than the final Broken Steel mission where you have to go and defeat all the Enclave. So there is an add-on that places an interior dungeon here, and you can find even more enemies inside, as well as a super mutant and a bunch of different bosses wearing different variants of power armor. So the whole base interior and exterior is well cluttered, and the frame rate in the interior was much better, even with all the NPCs and explosions everywhere. So I was bouncing back and forth between 50 and 60 frames per second, and overall I would say that this is a good mod, but I gotta remove the Fat Man enemy and the landmines that's all over the floor by using the creation kit. So next is Wastelander Backpacks, and this is going to add backpacks to the game that can be purchased from the vendors like Moira, Flak and Shrapnel, Tula, and maybe a few others. So they all have unique models and textures, and depending on the type of backpack that you get, it will yield different effects, like the repair backpack giving you bonuses to repair as well as carry weight, and the medic backpack giving you bonuses to medicine as well as carry weight. And there is a basic backpack that only grants extra carry weight, however, it grants you the most carry weight of all the backpacks. So the mod was originally for New Vegas, but it was ported over to Fallout 3 by Utenheim. So I'm going to keep this one, I think it's very good. The next one is Bigtown Overhaul by Mizuno Takari. And this is actually a merge of a few Bigtown mods, and it's made by many different authors, so you can find all of their names on the mods page. This big town looks like a whole new place, with buildings, stores, NPCs, and structures. The most notable being these elevated walkways that surround the entire settlement. So there's a slight dip in frame rate here, but that's normal for an exterior settlement. And I fast traveled to this place and I didn't have any crashes. So the nav meshing in this place is broken. Your follower will wander off looking for alternate ways to follow you, and those elevated platforms that are around the settlement, they aren't nav mesh. So when I walked up these platforms, no one followed me, and there weren't any NPCs up here as well. So I think this mod gets held back by the nav meshing. Like, the place looks nice, but there's no point in having these new areas if NPCs can't use them. And the breaking of the vanilla nav mesh on top of that just makes it even more of a mod that I just recommend that you stay away from. So that's going to do it for me. Those were a few mods for Fallout 3 that I wanted to showcase, especially the Bigtown Overhaul, because I was just curious about what was going on with this mod and how it functioned, and there didn't seem to be any video of it. So I wanted to make this video to show it off and share my experiences with you, as well as the bugs and errors that I've encountered while using this. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.